Hi, I'm Sam, Flying Guide, and this is the Horror Show. This is week 3, and today we're doing bad things. Bad things. Bad things! We're doing bad things. And I know why the movie called Bad Things, because like 20 times in the movie, someone would say, bad things. It came out in 2023, it's almost an hour and a half. It's directed by Stewart Thorndike, composed by Jason Faulkner. Gayle Rankin plays Ruthie. Harry Neff plays Cal. Annabelle Dexter-Jones plays Fran. Rad Pereira plays Maddie. It's produced by the Space Program, and it's distributed by Shudder. Let me tell you what the movie's about. When a group of friends escape the city to spend the weekend in an abandoned hotel, a pervading eerie energy begins to illuminate the cracks in their little family unit. Ruthie Nod inherits the hotel from her grandmother, and with bad childhood memories threatening to burst to the surface, Ruthie wants to sell the hotel and never return. But her partner, Cal, drags her there in the hopes of returning it to its former glory. They are joined by their amiable friend Maddie and mysterious grifter Fran, whose unhinged seduction threatens to drive a wedge between the couple. As the friends dance, cook, flirt, and fight up and down the halls of the hotel, they begin to find themselves indelibly entwined in the hotel's seductive embrace and start doing bad things to each other. I didn't even read that, so I didn't even realize bad things was going to be said. Well, I'm just gonna say two things. You don't know what kind of movie this is, other than seeing that. It's 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb. And I would say it's a very poor modernization of The Shining. You can tell how it wants to try to be that, but it just doesn't really land, in my opinion. It's just really, it kind of falls on its face and, butt like 20 times. There's like a couple of good moments, but ultimately the thing that's like really interesting about this kind of movie isn't really the, oh, it's a really poorly made movie or blah, 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 blah. There is something to it, and it's like, it's really interesting, from a Christian point of view, watching this movie. There's so much in it that kind of makes sense. And I have to kind of like start wondering, like, I really want to look up, Stewart Thorndike and see like his other things, because like, there's two ways you could view this movie. It's a very bad, poorly made movie that's like, oh, there's lesbians and there's this and that, and it's like, it just sucks all around. Kind of like the halftime shows that, we just saw in the Super Bowl. There was the mainstream one and then the other mainstream one. But they both suck. No, you could like one and whatever, but like, anyway, so you could view the movie like that, or you can view the movie like, this is actually like really deep and hitting home in like how a lot of things are modern, in modern day and such. And there's a lot of aspects of this movie that like if certain people started thinking, like watching this movie and thinking about it, thinking like this about it, they're not gonna be who they are. They're gonna change as a person. But yeah, I don't want to like spoil in this because this is the short one. If I want to go and spoil it, I'll spoil it in the longer one. So if you want to, actually know what happens in the movie, you could go there and check that out in a couple hours or whenever you're watching this. But I guess real quick before I go, I'm gonna go over some of the 1s, 5s, and 10s out of 10 of IMDb. And I'm not gonna like read the whole thing, but just titles for the user reviews. There's 5 user reviews for the 1 out of stars. Trainwreck, painfully boring, pretty bad, diabolical. What is this even supposed to be about? Okay, then let's go and check out the 5 out of 5s. There's 2 of them. Lots of wasted potential here. This reminds me of a poor man's The Shining, ... like if it took place in the Poconos. The Poconos? I'm not familiar with that. But I think the funniest thing is that there's no 10 out of 10, which it's not like, well, yeah, it's a first, but this is a smaller movie. This is more indie and whatnot. I mean, it's a Shudder movie. But I'm pretty sure there's either an 8 or a 7 out of 10. I think it's 7. Give me a second. No, not 6. I already know there's 6. There's 3 6 out of 10s. There's 1 7 out of 10. Solid and creepy. I might read this real quick. All right, solid and creepy. This is the best pitch for Bad Things, and I think just kind of briefly looking at it, there's like, hey, to it. So there's like 2 paragraphs and then a couple of sentences. The first paragraph talks about the movie, like, storyline. Then the second one is what I'm gonna read. The pitch for Bad Things is clearly The Shining, but with lesbians. Writer and director Stewart Thorndike doesn't hide this, and the influences are clear. She makes the hotel an important character in the film, duplicates some of Kubrick's tracking shots, and recreates updates some of the classic images from the original film, and is pretty effective and creepy, to be honest. But it's not at all a remake, so while the familiarity sets a mood, Bad Things moves in quite a different direction, and the tension starts early on and doesn't really let up until the end. None of the characters are really likable, and the one that is closest to being likable is the one that the other 3 treat the worst. As an aside, some viewers may be divided by the characters and how they behave. A lot of movies with LGBTQ characters make sure they are all appealing, but not Bad Things. I'm not sure it truly nails the ending, but it certainly will generate plenty of conversations. Technically, you really can't fault anything. Acting is uniformly Acting is uniformly excellent among the small cast, and the direction, as noted above, is solid and clever. If you want a fun, creepy film that will get under your skin a bit, check it out. And it's 15 upvotes and 29 downvotes. So I guess just a really quick thing before I am done with this. He said, like, I'm not sure it truly nails the ending, but it certainly will generate plenty of conversations. But I don't think those conversations are going to happen, because if you look at politics nowadays, like, left and right, more so left in my opinion, but like if you like try to have a conversation or a change my mind or like, just anything that attacks their point of view, they flip out, they block you, they don't want to have the conversation because either they're afraid they're going to be wrong or they're just so, brainwashed to the, oh, well, I'm clearly right and you're clearly wrong, and if you're saying something that doesn't agree with what I think, then you're clearly crazy, when it's like, you're actually probably the crazy one. You always got to hear both sides. You always have to. Because if you only go with one direction because you're told that the other side is evil and bad, then, like, you're not going to go anywhere positive. You're just going to probably do a lot of bad things. Well, I'm Sam, Flying Kite. This is the horror show. We did Bad Things, and this is the short one. I might not cut this video down, like this is still going to be like 9-10 minutes, but I am going to cut this specific video down to like 3 minutes and post like a short version of it to maybe get traction like that. See if it works out or not. I think it might, but we'll see. Anyway, I will see y'all next week. Or I'll see you in a couple hours. Or I'll see you if you want to check out the long version of this video, which, honestly, I don't even know how long it's going to be. Because it might be really long. Not like, an hour, but like... It doesn't matter how long it is. All that matters is someone actually sits through and watches it. That's the thing that I really care about. But anyway. I will see y'all next week or later. Goodbye.